10 years of friendship, 3 years of relationship, and now I find an old phone with messages they thought they had deleted. I didn't scream. I didn't break down. I made a plan. And during her birthday, when all the family was gathered, I pressed play on the big screen. I did not look for evidence. I didn't go through her phone. I didn't spy. I didn't suspect. I just believed. And that's why it hit me 10 times harder. Amy and I had been together for 3 years. We planned our future. We talked about children. I even picked out an engagement ring. And Jason and I had been friends almost all our lives since the 3rd grade. We went through our first drunken days together, our first heartbreaks, and we were in police custody together when we were caught setting fire to an old barn. He was like a brother to me, even closer. I thought that there were 2 people in my life whom I could trust completely. I was wrong. It started with an accident. Everything always starts with little things. I was repairing our old sofa and found her old phone under the pillow. We had both switched to new models a long time ago, and this one had been lying forgotten for a year. Perhaps it was fate. Maybe she just didn't clean up after herself. I charged it out of curiosity. Nostalgia. I wanted to look through old photos. But I found something else. There were messages. From him. From Jason. You were so hot last night. I miss you when I'm with him. He has no idea. It's kind of turn on. You're not going to tell him, are you? Our little secret. My fingers curled into a fist. I'd read the whole thing. They were together. In hotels. In his car. Even in my own house. In my bed. While I was away on a business trip. While I was driving my mom to the doctor. While I was planning a surprise for her birthday. I could have broken down. I could have called, screamed, beat my fist against the wall. But instead, I sat down. And I started planning. I saved everything. Screenshots. My emails. Photos. Everything I could find. I knew she didn't remember the phone. I knew that their dirty correspondence was there, in the palm of my hand. I kept copies. I made backups. I even sent it to a friend with the phrase, "Keep this. If something happens to me, show it to everyone." And then I waited. Her birthday was already planned. A big party in a rented hall. She asked me to help organize it. I agreed with a smile, and I did my best. She had no idea that I knew. And Jason even came over and hugged me, as he always does. I will remember his hypocritical smile for the rest of my life. I ordered the equipment. A projector. Sound. A big screen. I explained that I wanted to make a slideshow of her photos as a surprise. Everyone agreed to it. I didn't make a slideshow, but it was not what they expected. I played the role of the perfect guy until the last minute. I gave flowers, hugged, laughed. But inside I was boiling. I knew that the evening was coming when they would never forget my face. The party brought together more than 60 people. Friends, colleagues, family. All her closest ones. All those to whom she played the role of sweet, loving, faithful. I let them see the other side. The real one. When she came out to thank everyone, I took the microphone. Before we all raised our glasses to Amy, I had something special prepared. It's a slideshow of how much I loved her. And how much no, not even that. How much they loved me. The first photo appeared on the screen. She was on a bed. Not ours. And not with me. Then a message. Messages. Screenshots with exact dates. The voices in the crowd quieted down. There was silence. Someone whispered, "Oh my God." Some covered their faces with their hands. Amy turned white. Jason stood up and tried to say something, but I was already holding a copy of the correspondence in my hand. You asked if I would ever find out. Congratulations, buddy. I found out. And now everyone knows. You could have heard a pin drop. That's how quiet it got in that hall. For a few seconds, no one breathed. No one moved. Then, all hell broke loose. She screamed my name. Not in anger. In desperation. "Alex, what is this? Turn it off. This isn't funny." I didn't move. I didn't blink. Jason stood up like he was going to charge me. But someone held him back. Maybe it was his girlfriend. Oh yes, I forgot to mention, he was also in a relationship. Of course he was. A side character in their sick little love story. People started whispering. Then shouting. My voice cut through the chaos. Everything you're seeing is real. I found her old phone. I wasn't snooping. It just happened to be there, and like any guy in love, I thought I'd see some old pictures. But what I found instead was betrayal. The next slide hit the hardest. A video. Blurry. Nighttime. Probably his phone recording her in the car. Her face visible. Moaning his name. Saying things I'll never unhear. The audio echoed in the room like a slow-motion train wreck. Someone in the back let out an audible, "Holy F asterisk asterisk asterisk." A woman gasped. A glass shattered. And then, crying. Her mom started crying. Her dad looked like he was about to throw up. And Emmy? She collapsed in a chair, sobbing uncontrollably. Mascara running. Lips trembling. Jason disappeared out the back door like the coward he was. I looked at her, not with hate, with disappointment. The kind of look that says, you could have told me. You could have left me. But instead, you chose to lie. I picked up the mic again one last time. I loved you. I was planning to propose to you next month. I had a ring. I had dreams. But you chose to burn it all for a few nights in a back seat with my best friend. Congratulations. This is your legacy now. And this is my goodbye. I walked off the stage and out the hall, leaving everyone stunned behind me. But the story didn't end there. Not even close. Because the fallout was nuclear. The video? Oh, it didn't stay private. Someone recorded the whole thing. My speech, the slides, her breakdown, and uploaded it to TikTok. It blew up in hours. Millions of views. People commenting like it was some kind of live soap opera. Justice. Legend. King behavior. That kind of thing. Her name was suddenly everywhere. She deleted all her social media. Quit her job because her coworkers saw it too. Jason's girlfriend? She dumped him. Publicly. Threw his clothes out a window and posted it all online. But I didn't do it for revenge. Not really. I did it for closure. I did it because I needed her to feel, just for one night, the same pain she handed to me in secret, over and over again. I didn't break a single law. I didn't touch anyone. I just turned on the projector. Now, here's the twist. Because you're probably thinking, okay, epic revenge. Done and dusted. But what happened next? That's where it gets even more insane. You'd think that after something like that, she'd disappear forever. That I'd never hear from her again. But no. 3 days after the party, I got a text. Please, just talk to me. I blocked her. Then I got an email. Subject, you ruined my life. It was long, full of dramatic lines like, I made a mistake, but did you have to destroy me in front of my family? And we were going through a rough patch, and Jason was there. She called what they did a rough patch. She begged me to delete the video, as if I had control over it. It had been downloaded, re-uploaded, shared across platforms. Memes were being made about it. People lip-syncing my speech like it was monologue material. There were even parody remixes with dance music. But here's the real kicker. She threatened to sue me. Yeah, after cheating on me with my best friend in my own home, after I found her phone full of evidence, she thought she had the grounds to sue me for defamation and emotional distress. I forwarded the email to my lawyer. He laughed, literally replied, tell her to enjoy her 15 minutes of fame. Then came the unexpected part. Jason reached out. This absolute snake had the nerve to DM me on Instagram from a burner account, saying, we didn't mean to hurt you, man. It just happened. It just happened. Like they tripped and fell naked into a bed for 6 months. But even that wasn't the biggest twist. A week later, I got a knock on my door. It was her older sister. I'd always liked Amanda. She was older by 5 years, had this sharp, no bullshit energy that made people respect her instantly. We never really hung out alone, but she always treated me kindly. The kind of person who can make you feel safe just by standing near you. I opened the door. She was holding a pie. No, seriously. A homemade pie. I baked, she said. And I'm sorry. I let her in. We talked for hours. She told me Emmy's been spiraling, that their family was ashamed, that their parents told her she needed therapy. That Amanda herself had always suspected something was going on between Emmy and Jason, but never had proof. She also said this. What you did might have saved her. That messed with my head a little. I wasn't trying to save anyone. I just wanted the truth to be seen. But Amanda saw me, really saw me, not as some bitter, angry ex, but as someone who had loved and got crushed. And I saw her, too. There was this unspoken warmth between us, a realness. We didn't kiss that night, but we did the week after. Yeah, I know. That's a curveball. And no, I didn't plan it. I didn't think, oh, now I'll get with her sister. But something about her felt like peace after war. And she never made me feel like I had to pretend I wasn't broken. Meanwhile, Emmy kept trying to reach me. More emails. One day, I even found flowers on my porch with a note. Let's talk. Please. I didn't respond. Because here's the thing. Once someone shows you who they really are, you have to believe them. The moment she chose lies over honesty, secrecy over vulnerability, she stopped being my partner. She just didn't know it yet. Now, if you've read this far, let me warn you. The wildest part is still ahead. You think it ends here? With revenge, public humiliation, and an unexpected connection with her sister? No, there's still one message I haven't shared yet. A message that changed everything I thought I knew. Not just about her, but about Jason too. The message came late at night. An unknown number. Well, I didn't recognize. You don't know me, but you need to know the truth about Jason. He's worse than you think. I stared at the screen. At first, I thought it was just another troll. Since the video blew up, I'd gotten everything. Messages of support, marriage proposals, weirdos asking for merch. But this was different. I replied, "Who is this?" The response came instantly. "Check your email. Sent you screenshots. I'm sorry I didn't come forward sooner." I opened my inbox and saw an email titled, "He did it to me too." Attached, 47 screenshots. Jason, with someone else, while he was with Emmy. Let that sink in. He cheated on her too. But that wasn't even the worst part. This woman, her name was Haley, said she'd been seeing Jason on and off for over 5 years. She thought she was his only one for a while, until she found out about Emmy, and me, and someone else too. Turns out Jason had this little hobby of collecting women, telling each one they were special, that the others were just friends. He played the perfect listener. Sensitive, charming, loyal. Sound familiar? She even showed me screenshots where he talked about me. Alex is such a sap. Would never suspect a thing. His girl was just too hot not to try. It's easy. He trusts everyone. That one hit the hardest. He trusts everyone. And that's exactly how he got away with it for so long. Haley said she tried warning Emmy once, years ago. Sent her a message from a burner account. Emmy blocked her. Said Jason explained everything and that Haley was obsessed. I sat there reading, heart racing, stomach turning, and just kept thinking, this guy played all of us. I forwarded everything to Amanda. 10 minutes later, she called. Come over. Now, I drove to her place. She opened the door in sweatpants and a hoodie, phone in hand, face pale. Do you think she knows? She asked. I didn't answer right away, but I was starting to realize something. Emmy wasn't just a cheater. She was also a victim. Not of me, never of me, but of Jason's manipulation. Amanda and I sat in silence for a while. Then she stood up and said, she needs to know. All of it. So the next day, we invited Emmy to meet us at a cafe. Neutral ground. She walked in hesitant, clutching her purse like a lifeline, clearly sleep-deprived. She didn't look angry, just hollow. Amanda did most of the talking. She laid it all out. Haley screenshots, the timelines, the lies. Emmy didn't say a word for the first 15 minutes. Just stared at the table like she wanted it to swallow her whole. Then she whispered, he told me you'd cheat first, that you were probably already doing it. My chest tightened. She went on, voice cracking. He said you were hiding things, that I deserved better, that he loved me. He got in my head. It didn't excuse what she did, but it did explain a lot. Jason had set it all up, not just the cheating, but the narrative, the gaslighting, the division. He was the match, and we were the kindling. Then, for the first time, she looked up at me with real, raw eyes and said, I'm sorry, not just for cheating, for not trusting you, for letting him ruin what we had. I didn't say it's okay, because it wasn't. I didn't forgive her. Not yet, maybe not ever. But I saw her, not as a villain, not as the woman who broke me, but as someone who was also broken. She got up to leave. Before walking away, she turned back and asked, what are you going to do with all this? I didn't answer her then, but I knew exactly what I was going to do. Jason had destroyed too many people, lied to too many, hurt too many. It was time someone returned the favor. I didn't sleep that night. I kept going over everything. The years of friendship, the secrets he kept, the lies he told behind my back, and to my face. Jason didn't just steal my girlfriend. He tried to steal my reality. He gaslit Emmy. He manipulated multiple women. He weaponized trust. And for a while, he won. But not anymore. I didn't want revenge. I wanted justice. And if no one else was going to deliver it, I would. I contacted Haley first. Then two more women came forward through her. One was a single mom. Another was just 19 when Jason started seeing her, while he was living with someone else. Each story was worse than the last. Each one of them had screenshots, photos, voice messages. I compiled it all, built a digital portfolio of deceit, labeled everything: dates, crossovers, contradictions, timelines. Then I called in a favor. One of my old college buddies, Rick, runs a YouTube channel that specializes in true dating horror stories and relationship exposés. It's massive, like hundreds of thousands of followers massive. He always wanted real, undeniable evidence. So I gave it to him. He verified every account, got consent from the women involved, anonymized the sensitive details, and then dropped the bombshell video titled, "How One Guy Manipulated 5 Women at Once," and got exposed at a birthday party. The video blew up in 24 hours. Trending. Shared on Reddit, TikTok, Twitter. Exhibit, was a still of Jason in the background of the birthday slideshow, mouth open mid-panic. They even recreated parts of my speech with a dramatic narrator. It was surreal, terrifying, beautiful. But this time, I didn't stay in shadows. I gave Rick permission to use my first name and voice. I told my side, calmly, with clarity. I wasn't just some hurt ex-boyfriend anymore. I was the guy who pulled the curtain back. The fallout was worse than what happened to Emmy. Jason lost his job. His girlfriend, yeah, the one he claimed was temporary, posted a reaction video sobbing, calling him a sociopathic parasite. His parents tried defending him at first, until women began contacting him too. He went dark online, deleted everything. But it was too late. Screenshots never die. Receipts don't expire. And the internet, it doesn't forget. A week later, I got a letter in my mailbox. No return address. Inside, a single photo of Jason and me as kids at his 10th birthday party, arms around each other, smiling like idiots. On the back, in handwriting I recognized, "I really did think of you as a brother, but you never saw me." No name, no signature. I burned it, because I saw him now. All of him. And I wasn't going to pretend anymore. It's been months since then. Emmy is in therapy. We're not in contact, but I heard she's moved out of the city. Amanda and I still talk. We're taking things slow, cautious, real. And me? I sleep fine now. Not because I ruined anyone's life, but because I refuse to let someone keep ruining mine. So yeah, she cheated on me with my best friend. I exposed them both. And in the end, I didn't just get revenge, I got peace. 1 year later. It's funny how time distorts pain. A year ago, I was a wreck, broken, betrayed, humiliated. Now I wake up, make my own coffee, stretch in the morning sun, and smile without needing to fake it. The echoes of that night, those messages, those lies, they've faded. Not erased, but dulled. Like old scars that no longer ache when touched. Jason never resurfaced. Word has it he moved to another state, changed his name online, and works a job far below what he used to brag about. No one talks about him here anymore. He's become what he feared most, irrelevant. As for Emmy, she reached out once, a simple message. "Thank you for making me face who I really was." I didn't reply. I didn't need to. Amanda and I, well, we're something real now. It's not perfect. Nothing is, but it's honest. And honesty, after everything, feels like the most luxurious thing in the world. She stood beside me during all of it. Not as some rebound, not as revenge, but as someone who saw my mess and didn't flinch, who brought calm into my chaos. Last month, she handed me a small box. Not a ring, a key to her apartment. No speech, no pressure, just her quiet way of saying, "You're safe here." I still get messages sometimes. People who saw the video, who went through similar betrayals, who say things like, "Your story gave me courage." And that's the real reason I told it. Not for views, not for attention, but because sometimes the only way to heal is to light the truth on fire and let it burn away everything fake until only what's real remains. So to anyone reading this who's been lied to, cheated on, made to feel like a fool, You're not broken. You're not weak for loving someone who didn't deserve it. You were just real in a world full of people playing pretend. And if you're patient, if you don't lose your soul in the process, one day, someone will see you for who you are and never let you question it again.